9 wins in a row for the Cowboy Crustaceans, but can they wrangle the in-state Dragons once again to make it a cool double digits? The other way this could go is Columbus putting the brakes on a 4-game skid against a team they're fixing to see again in the FPHL Commissioner's Cup playoffs. The last 4 games, there's been only 1 Columbus win against the Rock Lobsters. Orca Weisblatt, physical as ever, able to create some space for Glukharev in behind, wins the puck back off. Garrett Milan with a centering pass, intercepted there by Underwood. Glukharev wins it back. Garrett Milan with a toe drag shot, followed up by Glukharev, who scores! The Russian rushes to the net after the initial shot by Garrett Milan, and the Rock Lobsters, once again against the River Dragons, have the early lead. Robertson off of his chest towards Weisblatt. Milan with a dropper back to Glukharev, thinking about his second, goes forehand, backhand, somehow that finds a way to spill through. Daniil Glukharev puts it into the chaos of the crease, and he makes it 2-0, his second of the game. And things are boiling over into the corner. Michael Greco has someone pinned into the glass. Garrett Milan making his thoughts known to somebody on the Columbus team. The Rock Lobsters score, and things get tense between a couple. Garrett Milan wanting to go with Slehetka. Shinkarik. Neutralized for Orca Weisblatt, driving right through the center of the rink. Finds Virgili, good passing to Gallant. High slot and into the top shelf. Mr. Power Play Goal moves to the top spot of the FPHL for Power Play Goals, his 10th PBG of the year. Oh God, the Red Deer Rocket is firing off once again, and he's given the Rock Lobsters a 3-0 lead, and we're not even through the first 10 minutes of this game. Out of his crease to slap it away, back into the corner. McDonald intercepts the pass from Greco. Fantastic pass, finds Hunter at the blue line. Great save by Rosenzweig. He doesn't know that the puck is still there. Somehow he covers it up. Heroics from Rosenzweig once again. I got a decent perspective of it, but you never know. Glukharev off the play that was made by Sammy Bernard's stick. Shinkarik from long range, tipped out in front by Orca Weisblatt. He's made it 4 in the first period. A little bit more than a minute to go here on the Greco penalty. Wickline. Nifty little passing play to find Storjahan. Centering pass, and Ryan Hunter expands his scoring streak to 9 games with the first Columbus goal of the night. Comes on the power play for the River Dragons. In fact, Milan wins the draw. Virgili. Back to Shinkarik. Shinkarik from the high slot opts for the pass. Milan right in front of the circle. Shinkarik from the left circle finds the top shelf. Captain Fantastic is fantastic once more. He's edging ever closer to 50 points on the year as a D-man, and he's getting in on this scoring party. Power play goal part 2 for the Athens Rock Lobsters. Columbus with numbers going forward. Ryan Hunter dumps it in towards McDonald. McDonald using his strength, but Michael Greco has a bit of strength in his own body. Gallant racing for that one, sprawling to try and center it towards Johnson. Johnson gets the stick knocked out of his hands, taking exception to that against Anderson. He wants a little bit of Rochambeau there. These two are thinking about it. Malik Johnson with the oven mitt into the face of Anderson. When is the fight going to happen here between these two teams? It feels like Malik Johnson is the likely dance partner for a Columbus River Dragon at some point in this game. We'll see. Top unit that started this game for the Rock Lobsters back out there in Picard, Alden, and Johnson. Behind them, Colatarsi and Garcia. Bar none, the most fascinating interview I've done this year. Just such a unique story. And here we go. We'll talk about that later. Lind against Johnson right off the face-off. Shades of the Four Nations game just last week between the U.S. and Canada. And here's a little bit of U.S. versus Canada for you here. Johnson, the Canadian, brings down the American to the ice. Malik the Marvel wants to hear it from this hometown crowd. The Rock Lobsters might have 2 wins on this night, the way things are going. What an exhilarating start to this third period. And I believe I said it earlier on in the broadcast that it was going to be Malik Johnson to be the one to do it. Indeed, he was. Hunter. Great pass, just trickles past McDonald. Glukharev. Virgili over the line. That one's in! How sweet is it for Virgili, who came into this game with 10 points over his last 6. Speaking of 6, he just put 6 on the board for the Rock Lobsters. Jemayev wins it back. Balkwell, long-range shot, loose out in front. Rosenzweig back into the butterfly. Did that one go in? No, says the referee. We saw Rosenzweig make the initial save as it was going 5-hole. Then he had to quickly sprawl back behind him to potentially prevent the biscuit from going in the oven for Columbus. Hunter on the right side. Doherty with a right circle shot. And the River Dragons still can't force it in. And things are going absolutely nutty behind the Rock Lobster net. Who enters on the right side. Great play with a stick for Virgili. A 2-on-1 developing here. Glukharev, who's on a hat trick, very unselfishly with the pass. Weisblatt with a great move. Went for the shot. Wow, what a move there from Weisblatt. Listen to this Akins Ford Arena crowd as this game draws to an end, as they say, let's go, Lobsters. No cardiac crustaceans tonight. It feels all quite comfortable, in fact. A 6-1 win. Josh Rosenzweig down to a knee. He makes 29 saves in this 6-1 win against the in-state rivals of the Rock Lobsters, the Columbus River Dragons. Well, what a performance for this Rock Lobster team. They moved to 77 points in the FPHL and back into the second place spot. Rock Lobsters now on a 10-game winning streak. That's their most consecutive wins as a team this season. Well, I want to see if we could hear this. Daniil Glukharev getting interviewed here. And Daniil, English not his first language. Let's see what happens here. Daniil Glukharev with a yeehaw to end Western Wednesday here at Akins Ford Arena. Wow. What a great night here in the Classic City. Daniil Glukharev started it, and he ended it with a yeehaw.